All right, so last night I was in a class and I asked a student if he owned any guns. And he said, yeah, I have a Springfield XD. And he said, it's garbage, it's trash, I hate it. And I said, oh, that's interesting. So why do you think a Springfield XD is a garbage gun? And he said, Ryan, I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with this gun. Okay. I said, it's probably not the gun. It's probably that you don't know how to shoot. What's up, guys? Ryan here with Carey University. I hear statements like this a lot from people. They blame the gun for their lack of ability to demonstrate the proper shooting fundamentals. So this gentleman and his son were telling me that they just can't hit the target. And I said to him, so are you a right-handed shooter? And the son said, yeah, I'm right-handed. I said, okay. So when you shoot, are your bullets always low and left of your intended target? And he goes, yeah, actually they are. And I said, okay, so it's not the gun's fault that you're shooting low left. It's because of the way you are pulling the trigger. The secret to achieving accurate precision hits on your target is a combination of proper sight alignment, proper sight picture, and a smooth, consistent trigger press. Now in this video, we're going to talk about the latter, a smooth, consistent trigger press. Your goal as a pistol shooter is to be able to press the trigger on your gun smooth and consistently straight to the rear without allowing the front sight of the pistol to move. Now, one of the problems that many pistol shooters have is slapping the trigger. I am very guilty of this, just like 99% of shooters are. It's something that you really have to work towards and consciously develop these skills to not slap the trigger. Now, as you are looking through the sights of your gun, you can actually see that front sight kind of moving around a bit. It's like wobbling, right? So what happens is many shooters will attempt to line up. We're going to pretend that this is the rear sight, this is the front sight. So as they're looking through, they can see that front sight bobbing around, and in an attempt to line it up, right when it's going to line up, they try to rush and hit the trigger real quick. Obviously, this sends your bullets flying in some random direction. Now, in reality, that front sight moving around so much is an optical illusion. If you would just focus on a smooth, consistent trigger press, you would actually achieve a relatively accurate hit on the target. Now, anticipating the recoil is another very, very common phenomenon among pistol shooters. So here's what happens. New shooters, experienced shooters alike, they know that the firearm is going to recoil up. So in an attempt to counteract the recoil, right before they press the trigger, they jerk the gun down. This causes the barrel of the gun to dip, causing the round to fly low left for a right-handed shooter and low right if you're a left-handed shooter. Now, the solution to anticipating the recoil is fairly simple. First, you have to understand that the recoil of the gun cannot hurt you. And if you are demonstrating the proper shooting position and the proper two-handed pistol grip, your body, the skeleton of your body, should be absorbing the vast majority of this felt recoil. Second, you must focus intently on pressing the trigger smoothly and consistently straight to the rear. If you pull the trigger slightly to the right, your shots are going to impact towards the right of the intended target. If you push the trigger slightly to the left, you'll notice that your shots are going to impact left of the intended target. Your goal is to press the trigger smoothly and consistently straight to the rear without allowing the front sight to move at all. Now, as you're pressing the trigger slowly, you're going to notice little tiny bumps. You can kind of feel the metal rubbing up against each other. You'll feel grinding, imperfections. You want to memorize where every single imperfection is and exactly what it feels like so that as you're pressing this trigger smoothly and consistently, you know exactly what to expect. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to be showing you guys a series of drills that you can practice at home, and some of them you can practice on a gun range for you to really master a smooth, consistent trigger press and overcome the massive issue that every shooter has of slapping the trigger and anticipating that recoil. However, if you really want to supercharge your growth and become a faster, more accurate pistol shooter in just 21 days, I encourage you to consider the 21-day dry fire challenge. I'm going to put a link down below. But this course is going to teach you the foundational skills that every expert marksman knows to achieve fast, accurate hits on a target and manipulate your firearm at an extremely high level while under stress. So if you want to check out that course, I'll put a link in the description. I promise you'll be happy with it. That's all I've got for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep training and stay safe.